Orlando, South Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Miami Dolphins. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. This defense for the Niners, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now a carry for Allen. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. The Dolphins had 0-11 now on the year. They come in needing just to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And let's face it, everyone now, they're looking to the leaders, both in the locker room and the coaching staff and, of course, ownership, because they've got to get a clear understanding about how everyone feels, because to me, you've got to focus on everyone in the locker room right now. That's what you're playing for. The future, it'll take care of itself.
They stay on the ground with Allen. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. From midfield, here's Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Here's Allen. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Drive begins with a carry by Davis Price. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. It seems like we have seen this a lot in his rookie year. A nice tackle for a loss.
And the more games he gets under his belt, the better he's gotten. And sometimes you worry about rookies hitting the wall. Not in this case. This young man runs right through it.
Okay, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. The Lance going to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there. Here's a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to give that big advantage early. And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On 2nd and 10, Lance. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
One of the league's best linebackers. He ended that play almost before it began. And the running back, absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. He rifles one that's intercepted. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd down, and again it's Davis Price. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. Lance now to throw. Completes it to Samuel. And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Edwards. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Ty Davis Price, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception in the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Tua. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Ready up.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Tua sets up to pass it. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Ready?
They'll run with Allen. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Niners are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. 2nd down, and again it's Davis Price. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. 1st down in the red zone.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Ready, set.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Ready.
Davis Price on 1st and 10. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Noah Igbenogany that time up to make the play defensively.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for it. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Okay, ready?
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their cabinets. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Hey, go Fury.
Now Allen. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Set hut. Green jack. Ready?
On 2nd and 9, Tua. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Here we go.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
Steel, black.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. They complete it to Hill. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Check right.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Allen, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
No. Ready.
On 2nd and goal, Tua. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Tua going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Lance. And he will find his man, Samuel. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Lance. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. From midfield, here's Lance. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Lance. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
This is fielded at the 7. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Ready.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw. That was a long touchdown of the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Ready.
The drive starts with a run by Allen. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go ultra.
They keep it on the ground. Allen again. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Looking to pass. Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Ready up. Ready.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Niners are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
2nd down, here's Davis Price. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Davis Price once more. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Let's go now.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Fred Warner.
And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Niners 34, Dolphins nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
The Dolphins take over first down here at their own 35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Back to throw here. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Fred Warner.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Up here, just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
44 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Again, it's Edwards. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
His 6th touchdown on the ground, number 7 overall. And the 49ers get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Now the try here for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Ready.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works. Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Now back to throw. On the right side open is Gesicki. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. They find some open field here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 74 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Call it no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Edwards now on 1st and 10.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go up the middle with Campbell. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 25.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
He'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 3 yards there on the first down pickup.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the counter, it's Edwards. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of them.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Set.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play, he did. So you've got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Ready. Strike. Check. Strike.
They'll run for it. This is Allen. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here. So the victory here for San Francisco. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the 49ers, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Miami, that first win remains elusive. They dropped to 0-12 now with the loss here. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.